I don't have an intro yet. Well, since this is my first video, I might as well get this out of the way. Well, I do have a very obvious bias between PlayStation and Xbox, which I'm going to save for now, so I can milk it in a later video. I don't usually like comparing Nintendo and Sega. They're both fine console and game-wise, and I think comparing the two ends up bringing them both down. So while I may compare them once or twice, I'm never going to make a full-out video comparing the two.
Now that we have that out of the way, let's start off with the Sega Genesis. This 16-bit home console sold incredibly well, and is known by many to be the peak of Sega's console life. It was released in Japan in 1988, and then took another year to reach North America. The console sold over 30 million copies worldwide. With the rising popularity of the Sega Genesis, Sega wanted to make a mascot for the company, a series that would define Sega for the rest of eternity. They originally wanted to use Alex Kidd as the mascot, but scratched it for looking a little bit too much like a certain Italian plumber taking over video games. So they decided to go for a more aggressive character, focusing on animals with spikes, and that's how our little hedgehog friend was created. They were also thinking of making an armadillo, which was scrapped but later reused for Mighty the Armadillo. Naoto Oshima, the man who proposed the idea of a hedgehog, admitted later that they made Sonic by combining Felix the cat's head, Mickey Mouse's body, and the buckled shoes Michael Jackson wore in Bad. Yep, just slap the three together and boom, Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm blind now. After learning that, I had a restraining order placed on myself, restricting me from going within a 5-mile radius of an old Sonic design. I still don't want to look at them. So now that they knew what the mascot was going to be, they needed to find out what kind of game he was going to be in. The main programmer for Phantasy Star and Ghouls and Ghosts, Yuji Naka, was called upon to decide what kind of game they wanted to make. And remember when I said they wanted to stray away from Mario? Well, fuck that. The idea was simple. Mario, but faster.
How on earth does this game series do so well?
The game started development in 1990 with only a 7-person team led by Naka and Oshima. In January of 1991, the game was shown at the Summer Consumer Electronics Show and was said to have stolen the spotlight at the convention. Only a few months later, the game Sonic the Hedgehog was released for the Sega Genesis. Sonic the Hedgehog sold remarkably well. Over 15 million Genesis units were sold with the release of the game. Sega then decided that all the people who owned a Genesis could get a free copy of the game through the mail. I still don't know why they did this.
It's no question that this game's success shook many other game developers to the core. Nintendo was getting a bit scared, while other developers moved over to developing games on the Genesis. This was often known as the golden age of the Genesis, as so many new and improved games sprouted up on the Genesis at that time. Now of course, we haven't even played the game yet, so let's plop this baby into my emulator, and...
Release-wise, the game did amazing. Gameplay-wise, not so much. The game has 7 zones in total, spanning from "wow, that's cool" to "wow, that's cool." Each zone has 3 acts, with a boss at the end. And this, ladies and gentlemen, was when Sega decided that bosses were irrelevant. Come on guys, it hasn't even been one game. You have 10 minutes to complete each level, which no one who's ever played Sonic 1 knew until now. If you reach the end of the stage with at least 50 rings, you could go to a special stage by jumping through a giant golden ring at the end of every level. These special stages single-handedly invented blind people, and if you beat them all, you get a fucking pat on the back and a thumbs up. Every time you got hit, you would lose all your rings. If you got hit after having 0 rings, well, you're out. There were also 3 power-ups: a shield protecting you from the next attack, invincibility which protected you from all attacks for the next few seconds, and power sneakers that increased your speed for a few seconds. I never saw these. Now let's go on to the levels. First we have Green Hill Zone, the most overused stage in Sonic history. They even named the town off of it in the movie. It was fine, nothing to complain about. All the levels had interesting concepts and themes. The level designs were just, well,
stupid.
Okay, we got through Green Hill Zone. What's next on the list? Marble Zone. This zone single-handedly made me lose my will to live, and also I can't find my will. Ah yes, my favorite mechanic in a game that screams, run fast, eat up. Waiting! This level was a test of pure patience, but it doesn't fit right after a level where you're running around at mock speeds. It was just bad level design, and it was horrible to play through. There were points of the level where the answer was just to stand still. You had to float across a lava pool at one point and jump over some platforms. Oh my god, I would rather die than do that. Next up on the list is Spring Yard Zone, it was fine as a level. It was something special though. Green Hill Zone has a flaw in which it makes every other level in the game look unimportant and dull, no matter how cool of a concept or theme they were. The level designs just weren't special in comparison to Green Hill Zone, where you could run across the whole level. It was basically a dream. You got to go as fast as you want, explore, try out new options. The rest of them though, it's just the same thing over and over again. I'm skipping this next zone for now, and we all know why. Starlight Zone was also nothing special. You beat the level and go on. It's not something you remember through your playthrough. It's not like you go back at Sonic 1 and say, ooh, Starlight Zone! Scrap Brain Zone was pretty cool though. The idea was that it was Robotnik's old base, and it's really fun to look through and play. You can actually see bits of old robots in the background, and the level design was actually really good compared to the other levels. Overall, it has to be my second favorite level in the game other than Green Hill Zone. Lastly, we have Final Zone. It sure was. This was only a final boss fight, so no levels or 3 acts. The boss was a lot tougher than the other levels, and it definitely felt like a final boss. However, in the remakes, they added the spin dash that was introduced in Sonic 2, though, so the boss battle vibe was completely invalidated. It was a really good ending to the game, and I thought it ended well for the time, but if you place it next to current Sonic bosses, it really doesn't age well. Like, hello Robotnik, you're in the floor. Boop, you're gone now.
Alright. I guess it's slapping zone time.
This level fucking sucks my fucking ass shit, bitch, help. Okay, I got it all out. This level sucks. But it just had to be a water level! Now on to the final part of any good Sonic game, the music. The music in this game was actually really good. All the songs range from okay to wow! My favorite part about the Sonic series of games is that they never failed to deliver on music, no matter how bullshit their gameplay and level design is. My favorite track just has to be from Scrap Brain Zone. Just listen to this. The soundtrack definitely delivers, and each track definitely fits with their own courses. Sonic's soundtracks will never cease to deliver, or at least, I don't think they will. Sega, now's not the time to prove me wrong.
So that was Sonic the Hedgehog 1. While it was rough in many different places, it all makes for better Sonic games to come. With every game that came after this, they improved on the spots that they were weak, and my plan is to show you guys how the game series evolved into what we have now. Now, I'll be spacing out these videos a bit, so while I will be making a video on Sonic 2, 3, and CD soon, don't expect them to be coming right next, because I have to make room for other games and other different franchises. So, yes, they will be coming, I will eventually return to the series, but for now, we'll leave it on this. But it was really interesting to see how such a popular game series started, and how they only really had up to go from Labyrinth Zone. You see, this is usually the part where an end screen would come up, but I haven't really made that, so bye.